The OnePlus 7 Pro is here, and now it comes with a triple camera setup on the rear. This is the phone that is meant to propel the OnePlus brand into the premium flagship territory where it competes against the likes of Samsung, Huawei, Apple and a few more other competitors. And therefore, it is not wrong if we actually want to compare it to other flagship smartphones. Which is why when the OnePlus 7 Pro came to our office for review, the first thing that we wanted to do was actually do a camera comparison, an intense four-way battle against other flagship smartphones. For this comparison, we have phones like the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, the Google Pixel 3 XL and the iPhone XS Max. Hi, I'm Ashar from Mr. Phone, and let's find out if the OnePlus 7 Pro has what it takes to actually compete against great cameras on phones like these. But before we move on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever Mr. Phone puts out an awesome new tech video, or if you guys want to watch more OnePlus 7 Pro content. Now, are you guys distracted by this case? Well, this is the RingCase Fusion case for the OnePlus 7 Pro, which is already available. So in case you guys decide to buy the OnePlus 7 Pro on launch date, you can actually go check this out. Links to which should be in the description below. What you see on your screen right now is a comparison of all the camera specs of the three phones. Pause right now to see the differences. Note that we have updated the software to the latest version on all the phones. Okay, let's now move to the pictures. To start off with the wide shots, there are a couple of things that become immediately apparent. Firstly, the Galaxy S10 Plus's shot looks brighter and more attractive at first glance. But that is Samsung's algorithm favoring brighter exposures. On the other end of the spectrum, the Pixel goes for an underexposed shot where it crushes some of the details in the shadows. The color accuracy and color temperature is accurately captured by the OnePlus 7 Pro. But it does have some overexposure issues. The iPhone does strike a nice balance, but it favors the orange tones a lot, as we've come to see from previous comparisons. Just take a look at the light orange gradient of the sky that you can see next to the building. Now, it is the wide shots where we also spot minor sensor level details. The Samsung definitely does a whole load of over sharpening, but it does look good. The iPhone just looks soft through and through. The OnePlus 7 Pro is crisp as well, but the Pixel takes the cake with natural details and just a more dynamic looking image. At 100% crop, when you compare the Pixel to the other phones, you can see through the white car, and you also notice the dynamism in the dent on the bonnet of the car. However, the OnePlus image looks flat in comparison. Having said that, the OnePlus 7 Pro and the Galaxy S10 Plus have an immediate advantage with extra wide-angle cameras. You get a 16-megapixel wide-angle camera with a 117-degree field of view on the OnePlus 7 Pro, whereas you get a wider 123-degree field of vision on the S10 Plus's camera. Anyway, the image itself looks punchier and has more dynamic range on the S10 Plus compared to the OnePlus 7 Pro. Just because of those extra lenses, the Galaxy S10 Plus edges out the others to the top. I just suggest that everyone drop the exposure a notch to get better looking shots from the phone. I'd go with the Pixel 3 XL and the OnePlus 7 Pro as my second favorite cameras for wide landscape shots. That in itself is a big achievement for the OnePlus 7 Pro in my opinion. PS, the OnePlus 7 Pro can also shoot 48 megapixel full res JPEGs and RAW samples from the Pro mode. The JPEG algorithm in auto mode isn't applied here, therefore it looks dull. I love taking close-up shots of vibrant flowers because you can judge how the auto mode does color processing. The first picture of a yellow flower has been oversaturated by the OnePlus 7 Pro and the iPhone XS Max. The Pixel and the Galaxy S10 Plus offer the most accurate color reproduction here. However, the Galaxy S10 Plus tends to oversharpen the details, making the flower look slightly unnatural at 100% crop. The iPhone XS Max, on the other hand, has very soft details. The OnePlus 7 Pro offers a crisp detail from the center to the corners, but it is the Pixel that is the king of sharpness here. The Pixel's only problem is that it tends to underexpose backgrounds despite the ample light that was available while shooting the picture. But I can live with that when the colors look so good and the picture is filled with sharp, intricate details. From the minute details in the center to the distinguishing streaks on the petals, the Pixel's image is impressive and the best through and through. Now moving to this picture of the red flower, which I took purely to check for how these phones handle reds. Here you can see that the iPhone XS Max has oversaturated the colors. The overbrightness issue continues to plague the Galaxy S10 Plus. The OnePlus 7 Pro has also created a pinkish image. The Pixel once again creates a very natural looking image with crisp details. Oh, by the way, when shooting close-up shots is when I realized that OnePlus had a little trouble with focusing at close quarters and took some effort. The Pixel is the best when it comes to locking focus. Overall, I'd go with the Pixel for close-up shots. Except for the Pixel 3 XL, the other phones come with a dedicated telephoto camera. You get 2x lossless zoom on the iPhone XS Max and the Galaxy S10 Plus. The OnePlus 7 Pro goes one step up to give you 3x lossless zoom. For what it's worth, the Pixel 3 XL does offer you software-based Super S zoom though. One of the problems with the telephoto implementation is that pictures taken using the regular camera and the telephoto one look perceptibly different. That problem thankfully doesn't exist with any of these phones. For the test, I shot a 2x sample using the iPhone XS Max and the Galaxy S10 Plus and at 3x optical zoom using the OnePlus 7 Pro. I matched this on the Pixel 3 XL as well. By virtue of the fact that OnePlus can zoom in further without losing too many details, it has an edge. But even in a nice daylight shot, you can see the noise. There is very little noise reduction algorithm at work here. However, it does trade in aggressive noise reduction for more details. Take a look at the greenery at 100% crop on all the phones. You will see what I'm talking about. The iPhone and the Pixel offer generally warmer temperature and deeper reds. But the iPhone XS Max does look crisp, but it is the Samsung that looks really compelling of the three, with great crisp details and accurate color processing. The OnePlus 7 Pro shoots a very close-up crop into the face in portrait mode because it uses the telephoto camera for framing. Essentially, it shoots at 74mm. This is similar to the iPhone's implementation. Anyway, the face looks soft, but there are a lot of natural details. The colors tend to favor the pinks and it looks average. The cutout is pretty good, but the background depth is not very intense. The Pixel looks excellent and pretty sharp, but a little too much if you ask me. And the contrast is really good too. Just that the edge detection takes a hit. For example, take a look at the area close to Shree's hair. The Galaxy S10 Plus has a generally soft image overall and it struggles with exposure control in the background when the light is harsh. The iPhone XS Max's portrait mode continues to be excellent with a superb cutout and almost DSLR-like blur. Yes, I'm still not a fan of the orangish facial tones, but I'm going with the iPhone XS Max in this round. Excellent HDR algorithm in flagship smartphones are what separate it from mid-rangers and budget phones. The better ISPs used alongside powerful SoCs means that these phones can actually take multiple shots to do correction to highlights and shadows. In our HDR test, I noticed that if you are not pixel peeping like we do in our comparisons, you won't really find a difference in these 4 shots except for the color reproduction. Case in point, OnePlus is generally oversaturated. The Pixel's image looks super dramatic because of the higher contrast on offer. You get darker shadows and more noise in the darker portions because Pixel prefers that sort of processing. On the Pixel and the OnePlus, you can also see some chromatic aberration in the leaves around the top portion of the image where the sun shines through it. The iPhone and Samsung's HDR algorithm has improved by leaps and bounds. It just gives you a clean image through and through. The Galaxy S10 Plus's HDR picture looks slightly better because of the sharpening as well. It is more detailed and controls the haziness around the top portion of the image that is present on the iPhone XS Max. I really like how OnePlus is handling HDR and the crisp details in the shots. The Sony IMX586 is really coming in handy here. This is one area where a lot of OnePlus buyers are genuinely going to be happy. Let's take some fun selfies now, shall we? Okay, so in our selfie test, you can see that the OnePlus has a reddish face, whereas the Galaxy S10 Plus goes for a brighter exposure. Note this, brighter doesn't always mean better because it lights up my face harshly. I really like the facial tones captured by the iPhone XS Max and the Pixel 3 XL. But my god, the sharpness in the Pixel selfie is just nuts. Pixel is still the king when it comes to selfies. There is no doubt in my mind about that. It is a pity that the OnePlus 7 Pro takes soft selfies. Coming to selfie portraits, the Galaxy S10 Plus has the cleanest cutout of the 3 pictures with a very believable blur in the background. As an additional bonus, you can adjust the level of blur. And trust me, the background is very busy with multiple elements and it is tough to get the edge detection right. For example, take a look at the area around my left ear in the Pixel's selfie. The algorithm has completely missed it. OnePlus has missed a few spots around the top portion of my head when you look at it closely. And it also applies the least amount of blur in the background. The iPhone looks great too, but the blurring is a little too aggressive where it extends to a portion of the hair and as usual completely blurs out the shirt. Anyway, you will notice that in our final table that the Pixels and OnePlus's selfies share the 3rd spot with the Galaxy S10 Plus leading the pack and the iPhone following suit. When it comes to videography, I can blindly trust the iPhone and the Samsung for some clean, crisp footage with excellent sound recording, which shows clearly in our comparison as well. It is just crazy how good the iPhone's footage is when compared to the rest, with excellent dynamic range, stabilization and sound recording. The Galaxy S10 Plus does come in a close second. The Pixel has a good looking footage, but it doesn't do well against the light, and sound recording is average. The OnePlus 7 Pro just boosts the reds and has an oversaturated image to a different level. This was the same problem plaguing the P30 Pro as well. Having said that, the OnePlus 7 Pro can shoot with the telephoto camera, and so can the iPhone XS Max and the Galaxy S10 Plus. But unlike the Galaxy S10 Plus, which can also shoot with the wide-angle camera, the OnePlus 7 Pro cannot. Also, the sound recording on the OnePlus 7 Pro is not that great, but the stabilization is pretty good. So now we are shooting a video in 4K 30 FPS using the iPhone XS Max and the OnePlus 7 Pro. Do check for image quality, stabilization and the picture quality, sound quality as well. Now, of course, the Pixel cannot do 4K 60 FPS. It backtracks me and turns around a little bit as the light falls around slightly differently. And on the Samsung, you can use the telephoto to actually shoot videos as well. And of course, you can also use the wide-angle camera, which you got on the OnePlus 7 Pro. In the 1080p test, the OnePlus 7 Pro improves by leaps and bounds, and it also offers the highest video recording bitrate. But the sound recording is seriously where it is lacking. The iPhone continues to take the top spot, with the Galaxy S10 Plus coming in second. I think the Pixel and the OnePlus both take the third spot. So now we've switched to 1080p 60 FPS on the OnePlus 7 Pro and the iPhone Max. Do check for image quality, image stabilization and the sound recording as well as she again backtracks me and turns around. It looks like when the light falls against me. As far as slow motion recording goes, the Galaxy S10 Plus can do 960 FPS super slow motion video, and the OnePlus 7 Pro can actually do 480 FPS slow motion video now. However, to maintain parity, we shot a 240 FPS video using the phones. The Pixel 3 XL can do it at 720p compared to the 1080p resolution on the other three phones. The iPhone comes out on top with a crisp, bright, colorful and smooth footage. I like the OnePlus and the Pixel as well, but the Galaxy S10 Plus has underexposed the footage, unfortunately. When it comes to selfie videos, the XS Max has an immediate edge with the 60 FPS video recording and the Samsung with 4K video recording. However, the iPhone definitely gets it right with the colors and dynamic range. Also, the sound recording on both the phones is great, putting them firmly in the top two spots with the iPhone leading. I'm glad that the OnePlus 7 Pro does not crop in as much as the OnePlus 6T in selfie videos anymore. It looks good now, but not iPhone level good. And the OnePlus and Pixel fall behind mostly due to average sound recording. So now I'm shooting a video using the iPhone XS Max and the OnePlus 7 Pro using the front cameras on both the phones at 1080p 60 FPS on the iPhone and 1080p 30 on the OnePlus 7 Pro, because the iPhone and the sound recording as well. From what I can see, the Pixel has cropped my face quite a bit compared to Galaxy S10 Plus. As I turn around and show you my face against the light. In one of my previous comparisons, the Pixel's indoor shot was warm. That trend continues. I shot this room in a tube light setting. Anyway, the Pixel 3 XL is the crispest of the lot with a bountiful of fine details. The OnePlus 7 Pro's IMX586 does an excellent job with crisp details as well, and therefore comes in second in this round. The Galaxy S10 Plus just softens all the finer lines in the curtains with aggressive noise correction algorithm that tends to soften the whole image. Coming to selfies taken indoors, do I even have to say this? The Pixel 3 XL just kills it once again with all the details in the face and the really good color accuracy. I really like the OnePlus 7 Pro's color accuracy, but on closer inspection, it looks soft for sure. So we are here, the low light test. Up until now, the Pixel 3 XL has been at the top with the night side, but with Samsung splitting its night mode into the main settings, there could be a change. Let's take a look at the regular low light samples without any enhancements first. The Pixel and the Samsung's samples look immediately good, and at close crop, even the details are almost on par. The OnePlus 7 Pro and the iPhone XS Max are underexposed. Also, the OnePlus 7 Pro has a lot of chromatic aberration at 100% crop that you can clearly see. But when you switch to the nightscape mode on the OnePlus 7 Pro, the image just transforms. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but Nightscape has better control over noise, sharper details, and a believable color palette. I don't know what magic OnePlus has done. I still need to check it against the P30 Pro, which I still believe will beat the OnePlus 7 Pro. But in my samples here, the OnePlus 7 Pro's Nightscape, which is meant for low light landscape shots, is doing an incredible job. The only problem is that it is sharpening the image to create a slightly watercolor effect when it smudges the details. But for layman eyes, this is going to look good. The Pixel and the Galaxy S10 Plus's night mode has far more details though. I'm going with all the three phones as winners here, with the iPhone XS Max coming in last. I'm still in a state of shock. I will definitely take more night shots in more low light settings to confirm the theory that Nightscape can actually compete with Night Sight. But for now, this is what we have. With flash turned on, the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus's flash module is the most powerful of all the three phones. In fact, even the OnePlus 7 Pro is pretty powerful. The Galaxy S10 Plus's flash offers a cleaner image with finer details around the sofa and the pillows on it. The OnePlus 7 Pro has a pretty crisp image as well. In low light selfies, there is literally no arguing. The Pixel just decimates the competition with its night sight feature available for the selfie camera as well. On close crop, you will see the amount of details on offer. With screen flash on, even though you don't need it, the Pixel 3 XL's selfie just looks better than the other three phones. At the end of this comparison, what you see on your screen right now is the final tally of points. Yes, the OnePlus 7 Pro does rank low compared to the other three phones when you take a look at the final tally of points. But what is interesting is that the Pixel 3 XL, the iPhone XS Max and the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus are almost neck to neck when it comes to camera performance. In fact, the Galaxy S10 Plus has moved up a couple of places and is on par with the Pixel 3 XL for the top spot in this camera comparison, which is a marked improvement over our previous camera comparisons because Samsung has actually improved the night mode on the Galaxy S10 Plus. That said, we are actually talking about the OnePlus 7 Pro for this video and how it compares against these cameras. What I particularly like about the OnePlus 7 Pro is the improved dynamic range and that incredible nightscape mode. And shots of landscapes look great in general, but there are areas where the OnePlus 7 Pro falls short, which is in soft selfies, and the face tones are generally not that good. So I hope you guys must have gained a lot from this comparison. Do let us know in the comment section below what you thought about the pictures from the OnePlus 7 Pro. We'd like to know more about it. And also let us know what kind of OnePlus 7 Pro videos you want us to do next. So that's it from me. I'm Ashar from Mr. Phone. Goodbye and Godspeed, my friends. But before we move on, there's one more thing. Let's switch. So yes, the OnePlus 7 Pro supports Camera 2 API, which means that I actually got the OnePlus 60's Google Cam build running on the OnePlus 7 Pro, and it worked fine except for the selfies. So I hope a stable build comes soon. So you guys want a Gcam comparison? Yeah, you do. Wait for it. We'll do that soon for you as well. So finally, that's it from me. I'm Ashar from Mr. Phone. See you in the next one.